Hi there, I'm personal stylist and style expert Noelle Cellini. This is a two-part video. The first part was if you love shopping and what I find that those clients kind of need more of and works best in their wardrobe, versus this video is if you loathe shopping and if it's something that you've never enjoyed and don't really know what looks good on you, so kind of stick to similar things, and this will hopefully give you some tips on what to look for and what those people benefit from by adding to their wardrobe. So the first one is kind of what I hinted at, what I previewed at, meaning that I find that people who don't like shopping and are not in the stores a lot and who are not, don't really have a great handle on what looks good on them, that they tend to stick to the same styles. And I totally get it. Why spend money on something if you're unsure if it looks good and then you're gonna, kind of waste this money? So this is where it helps to, work with a stylist or look at, a lot of times celebrities can help with this, looking at if they have broad shoulders, or if they're a little more, maybe bottom heavy, or even style bloggers, Instagram, things like that. Look at what they're wearing or somebody who's a similar size. That will help understand, okay, so I'm always picking tops that are looser in the middle. I can also go for, like a wrap or a faux wrap style. That would also work well if I'm concerned about a tummy. So for somebody like myself, I tend to wear like a lot of high-waisted things, so high-waisted skirts, and I'll tuck tops in, so belted stuff looks good for me. So this past year, when a lot of these kind of like paper bag pants came out, and I have an example here, this was something that I was like, ooh, yeah, this would work on me. It's the same, it's accentuating the same part of me, it's just in a different style. So I just had to be open to that the leg was going to be a wider leg, maybe not the kind of narrow skinny style that I'm used to. So again, this is where you kind of have to either work with a professional like myself, or look at other things to kind of get out of just the same shape and the same silhouette all the time. This is the number one thing when I work with people. They're like, oh, I never would have picked that, but it looks so good. It's the number one thing people say to me. So it does help to, again, get some branch out a little bit. It will bring your wardrobe to life and make you feel even hopefully a little bit better. Now the other thing is color. So I find that people who don't like to shop a lot, that their wardrobe doesn't have a lot of color. Now what I find what happens is, and I had this with a client where she had all black and white stuff, and then she had like one like super bright teal top. Well, she never wore it because we're all thinking, okay, well, I should get more color. I always wear so much black, or I always wear so many, neutrals or dark colors. And so we go out and we buy something like, maybe we think, okay, color, I'm gonna try it, and buy something maybe like, this skirt. And what happens is we're kind of throwing ourselves into the deep end of the color pool. It doesn't have to be something super bright, and it doesn't have to be, a whole skirt. It can be other things. So that's what happens, is that we tend to think of color and we go for like this big bold piece when it's still not really us. So this is something that, so anytime, any kind of jewel tones, this is a top, it's very kind of silky and fitted, so it's meant to be fitted. I will wear this under a gray sweater in the fall coming up now. I will still wear it under a black sweater. I actually have this over here. I don't normally wear it under this, but I would definitely wear it under this sweater. I could wear it under a jean jacket. So any of these jewel tones are gonna be an easier transition into inviting more color into your wardrobe. Teal, this is a teal, but I'm sorry, a turquoise is the universally most flattering color because it has equal amounts of cool and warm tones in it. That's why you usually see me, and I always have some sort of turquoise jewelry, even with that. But of course, look at it with this, really pops with that. So again, it doesn't have to be a teal or a turquoise top, but maybe something like, again, a cami to wear under something, or maybe even, a handbag, so that's not committing too much. You can still keep your wardrobe the same. So there are other softer, more inviting colors than just, again, jumping into the deep end. Here is something, and I kind of showed it before, this kind of, if you can see, it's kind of a like a mauve-y purple. It's not lavender and it's not a dark purple, but this is really great. This can work well, you know, if you have pink in your skin, if you have a little bit more yellow, which is what I do. That's the best place to look for what you really, your undertones, what's going to be the most flattering. So this is also nice too. Again, it's not that big huge pop of color, but it's still something a little bit different. And then I talk about this a lot too, but blushes can be a neutral and a color. I have it in t-shirts, in just little tops that I can wear with tuck into skirts or pants, just, you know, basic things like t-shirts and then kind of dressier shirts. So those colors as well will also help you add more color into your wardrobe without being so jarring. And here's something, here is that same kind of mauve-y purple, but then when I pair it with olive pants, and that kind of, it's a more warmer and more flattering than wearing it with black and having it be so again such a harsh contrast. So inviting some softer neutrals like olive, it can even be a darker green if you want, like maybe a dusty blue would be great, or even navy as well too. These are from Banana Republic, the Sloan ankle pants. They always have them in like a black and a navy, and they usually have prints and stuff like that. How that is a nice way to change it up without, again, inviting in too many bright colors and not feeling like this isn't really me, because it's not. So but inviting more color is definitely always very flattering. Color wakes up our face, it adds more lightness, more brightness. It's more flattering than always wearing super dark colors or always wearing black. Black can be very harsh as we age. This is why I've always loved, like, you know, when my mom wears navy, it's really flattering, but it's a softer color. Now, the third thing is the same third item that I mentioned if you love shopping, and that is accessories. So accessories really are your personal stamp on an outfit. They really are how you pull it together. They're really how you take something, whether it's something that's already, you know, kind of funky, like this jean jacket. It's got these ruffles here and ruffles down the back and down the arm. Again, I've really made it my own by adding this bee pin. I found somewhere at like a flea market one time. These are tie tacks from my grandfather. When he passed, there was a whole bag sitting in my mom's car, and I was like, what are these? So I took these and just added them there. So this is really something that accessories are your stamp on an outfit. It's how you're really expressing your style, instead of it always being, you know, the wardrobe item making the statement for you. Now, I showed this example in the last video, but I wanted to show it again just in case people didn't watch the other video, because it's such a good one. Because here is a dress that's olive, which is a nice, again, I showed that as a softer neutral option as well. And yeah, it does have some detail, the zippers at the top, and knit, and the two different fabrics. But then here's something, I take this belt, which I love the mix of gold and silver, and I wear it on top of the dress that way. So that is really, the dress is great on its own. It doesn't really need a belt. I just kind of, the stylist in me is always thinking, ooh, how can I really accessorize this? How can I really make it, look like my client is knowing what they're doing, or make it look really, again, bring it up a level, and accessories will do that for you. So hopefully that helps and you enjoyed this video. If you're watching it on YouTube, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see my other videos. If you're watching it on Instagram, thanks for watching. Share it with somebody who might find it helpful, and I will see you very soon.